We need to do what's feeling correct right now, no matter what. This is the Travi Brown Podcast, episode 4.
We were reincarnated, and he said, when he did that, I knew straight away that was the sign that I'd been waiting for. And it was like, that was it. I knew then everything just sort of clicked into place.
Welcome back to episode 4 of the Travi Brown Podcast. You may have noticed something a little different about this one. There is no video. I made a choice to just do audio to see if that is any different for anybody that's listening to this. Let me know if you prefer to see me talking. I don't know if you do. I don't know if that's interesting or not. If you do, then we can bring the video back. But I thought it would be fun to leave the camera out of this one. Leave the camera out of it. Just leave it out. Get it out. Get it out. I hope everybody had a fantastic holiday. I know I did. The wife and I went to see Star Wars, the new Star Wars, down at the Carolina Cinema. We just got a movie theater, and we saw Star Wars, and it was about how I thought it would be, which was not very good. The Star Wars prior, not the Solo, but the other one, The Last Jedi, maybe. I thought that was okay. And yeah, we both left the theater, and it was like, man, there was really like nothing that we enjoyed in that movie at all. And then I had to think about it, because there's got to be something in there that I liked, right? Like, I couldn't have hated it all. So I had to think about it. We had to really think about it on the drive home, what we enjoyed. And I came up with, I think, 3 or 4 things. And I believe they were, I liked that, see, I can't even remember, that's how bad it was. I liked the fact that they had a Darth Vader mask, which I think is in the trailer, so if you haven't seen it, it's not ruining anything. They have the Darth Vader mask kind of on a display, which I thought was kind of neat. I liked how Kylo Ren's voice sounded when he has the mask on. I liked, me and the wife both enjoyed looking at Rey on screen. Gorgeous woman. And we also I enjoyed how disgusting Emperor Palpatine looked. That was a terrible Palpatine. Nah, Skywalker. I can't do it. But he looked pretty disgusting, and that was fun. But the story was all over the place, and I found out last night, the wife told me that the reason the story was kind of all over the place was Carrie Fisher. This was supposed to be kind of based around Carrie Fisher's character, Princess Leia, Avi, and she died, and so they had to kind of change everything around. And I understand that they had made promises probably to the what are they called? The distributors, yeah, and the production companies, and they had to come up with a movie. But I think they sacrificed the overall story of the movie just to make it. I don't know. I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, but maybe I have to see it again. I don't know, but it just didn't really do much for me. Which, I mean, what do you expect? It's like we're going on how long now that this movie's been going? Like, too long. Just fucking end it. End me now. Please. Fucking end me. So we saw Star Wars, and we came back home and had some gingerbread time. Little gingerbread house. Which mine ended up looking like a tornado ran through it, killing everyone and everything in sight. And the tornado just happened to go around the wife's house. And her house remained untouched. It was immaculate. Everybody in the gingerbread community ran into her place to take shelter from the tornado. And then we decided that we should just throw it all away because it was a waste. What a waste gingerbread houses are. We both were like, this is a waste. You just glue all this food together and candy on a piece of cardboard and it just sits there and then you toss it out. And so we tossed it out. Well, we ate some and we tossed it out. We ate a little bit and we threw it away. And yeah, we both agreed that was probably the last year we're going to do gingerbread houses. And we concluded our Christmas with a lasagna special, a sweet potato lasagna from the Engine 2 cookbook. Highly recommend the Engine 2 cookbook. The Engine 2 guys they've blown up now. They got tons of products in Whole Foods and probably another book or two. I know they do like whole food kind of tours. It was in Black Mountain actually. If you don't know Engine 2 Diet, it is a firefighter named Rip Esselstyn who was a firefighter in Texas. And he got his entire fire department, who was all like meat-eating Texans, sons of bitches, crazy sons of bitches, some guns, some bitches, to switch to a vegan diet. And he took all their blood tests and their LDLs, their LCLs, their PCPs. He took all their tests before and after, like maybe 60 days or something, and everything had dropped down. And the whole fire station turned vegan. But this Rip Esselstyn's father wrote a book, one of the pioneers of the plant-based diet. And the book is called, hold on, I gotta look up the book. I forget what it's called. I don't even know his dad's name, so I'm just gonna say Rip Esselstyn Dad. Just throw anything at Google and it will say Caldwell. Yes, it's Caldwell Esselstyn. It's Caldwell Esselstyn. He doesn't talk like that. The healthiest dad in the world. Well, I can't find the book, but you could probably look it up and find it yourself and take a read and learn some knowledge and have a healthy body. Because if your body is not healthy and your mind is not healthy, then what's the fucking point? The book's called Prevent and Reverse Heart Disease, and that's one of them. Prevent and Reverse Heart Disease. Reverse heart disease. Pretty crazy that heart disease is reversible. As in my family, heart disease runs in my family. My granddaddy and his granddaddy have high blood pressure and heart disease. Well, what do you eat? Well, I eat whatever I want to. If I'm gonna die eating what I want to. Might be the reason why you have a heart disease, my friend. That was it, and the lasagna was fantastic. We did the sweet potato, we did the spinach, we did a little bit of mushroom, there was some tempeh. Ooh. Had it for lunch the next day. That's a great thing about lasagna. You can eat it for days. Lasagna for days. It was a really wonderful, wonderful Christmas, our first Christmas together. And I hope everybody else had a wonderful, wonderful Christmas. And a Happy New Year. Also, it's Friday. I know, if you've been paying attention, I said new podcast every Thursday, new podcast every Thursday. Yes, I know, and I am sorry. I'm trying to figure out still the best schedule and the best format for me to release the podcast and release the videos. So I don't want to make any further commitments to a certain day, but you will be getting a podcast once a week, and you will be getting a video once a week. Now, the video has not come out yet. The video I have been working on for a few days, and it just needs one last scene needs to be filmed. And this last scene involves the little girl who lives upstairs. And she hasn't been here, so I haven't been able to shoot it. But it sounds like the folks are home upstairs, so that should get done tonight, and the video should be up tonight. And it's just a fair warning. It's nothing like the rest of them. It's not even very funny at all. It's just a kind of a cool, weird thing I wanted to do. And so I just made it. Which brings me, I've been making these little videos and everything. And so I've been kind of researching directors who I admire and hearing what they have to say about the films they make. And the quote in the beginning of the show was from none other than David Lynch. If you don't know David Lynch, just throw on the old Netflix and Twin Peaks and just binge away. A really fantastic show. A creative genius, I would say. In that quote, he said, "We need to do what's feeling correct right now, no matter what." And that was in reference to making a film and trusting your instincts on how you think the film should be and the way it should go, and you have a certain idea about that. And there's people, lots of people on set, and there's lots of people around you, and maybe they don't see the same vision or share the same vision, but you know the vision. You know the vision because it came to you and you've been working on it, and it's very clear to you, and it might not be clear to them. So I think it's important to trust that and not just filmmaking, but any kind of art form, trusting your instincts and making what you want to make, not what's popular or what sells or what you think people want. Another guy, Nicholas Winding, I don't know if it's Winding or Winding Refn, Nicholas Winding Refn, who did Bronson. He did Rising of Valhalla. Haven't seen it. He did a really cool Netflix show that I'm really excited to watch called Too Young to Die, or too old to die young. Too young to die old? No, I think it's too young to die. And that guy is amazing. I'm sure everybody's seen Bronson by now. And he, I'm trying to read the quotes that I wrote down here. And he, as far as creating things you think people wanted to see, he said that when he first started making movies, he was making movies he thought were what people wanted to see. And then he realized that I'm not going to go this way. And he says, quote, "Anything that's normal is just so fucking uninteresting." Anything that's normal is so fucking uninteresting. And I agree completely. Completely. And I think even if whatever you're doing, everybody says one thing about it, I think it's important to if you believe in it 100%, then I think that's all that matters in the end. If you can stand behind it and you did the best job you could do, I think that's all that's really important. Who cares about how much money you make off the thing or how much money you don't make off the thing? If you enjoy it, and if you put your everything into it, then that's a good thing. I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. Think about it every night and day. The movie The Lighthouse, I am so excited to see that. I missed it in the theaters. The Lighthouse. It, Willem Dafoe, Robert Pattinson, which I'll admit, I wasn't even the world's biggest Robert Pattinson fan. But that trailer is incredible. They shot the movie using really old lenses from like 1912 to 1930. These really old lenses are shot in black and white. And I guess they built like a 70-foot lighthouse tower, because where they were, it was like, I can't remember the location, but wherever it was, they didn't have what the director wanted, so he built his own lighthouse. And there was a good quote from Robert Pattinson saying that something along the lines of, out of all the movies, this was the one where he wanted to punch the director. And I guess that was because the elements that they were in, like crazy wind and rain just blasting you at all times, and they were like in the shit. They were in it. It wasn't green screen. And there was a scene where they had to do a close-up on Robert Pattinson's face, and it's supposed to be raining, and it was raining, but the rain wasn't heavy enough to show up on camera, so basically the director took a hose and just sprayed the face of Robert Pattinson like 7 takes until they got the take, which was the 7th. And the director had a good quote saying that there's no fun in shooting this movie in LA on a green screen. You wouldn't get the same performances. And I wish more fucking directors would think like that. Because it's, I've never done any kind of green screen stuff, but being someone who's done some acting, I feel like the more you're actually immersed in the surroundings And the actual thing, whatever it is, that, what a gift that is. And the thing about the performances not being the same if they were on some green screen set in a studio in LA, yeah, I think that's totally accurate because, obviously, I don't know if you've ever been outside on a cold, rainy day and stuck outside and had to stay stuck outside for, I don't know, I assume they're there for at least, 8 hours or something. That plays into their characters, and it's just him and Willem Dafoe locked in a lighthouse, and that must have played on them and helped them to create this performance, which I still haven't seen yet, but just the trailer, I'm blown away. Have you ever seen a trailer like that? You see a trailer and you're like, oh, I know this is going to be great. I just know this is my kind of movie. And that's how I feel with The Lighthouse, and also The Witch. Robert Eggers did The Witch, and I saw that in the drive-in theaters in Arizona when it came out. And I was fucking, man, that movie rocked. Is that a saying? People say that? That rocked, man. No, but that was a killer movie. My kind of movies right there. Slow, building, tension, and explode. I love that stuff. Great acting. Dark. Mysterious. Yeah, my kind of shit. And let's see, where are we? Oh, wow. 22 minutes I've been rambling on. Want to give a shout out real quick to my Cardinals, my Arizona Cardinals, who went to Seattle and defeated the almighty Seattle Seahawks at home. What a day that was. What a great day. Anytime you go to Seattle and beat the Seahawks 27-13, and I looked it up, 7 times out of 7 trips to Seattle, the Cardinals have won 5 of them. And say whatever you want about the Cardinals, they're not going to the playoffs, blah, 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 blah. But I don't know too many teams who go up to Seattle and beat the Seahawks like that. So always a good day. We got the last game of the season coming up on Sunday against the Rams, who always kick the shit out of us. And they take our quarterback, Carson Palmer. They tear his ACL. I know they did on purpose. I just know it. And that's going to be a good game. That's the last game. We're playing hard right now. I don't think the Rams are playing very hard right now. So there's a very good chance we could end the season doubling our win total from last year. And there's a lot of good things going on right now with my Cards. Kyler Murray balling out. Big baller. Only quarterback all year to not lose a fumble. And if you hate football talk, I'm sorry, but I gotta show love right now. Larry Fitzgerald, he's still balling out. The OG, he'll be back next year for sure. He'll be back. Chandler Jones, I mean, the guy's got 19 sacks. The league record for most sacks is 22.5, and he could break it. But the fact that he has 19 and has had, I think last year he had 15. The year before that he had 13. I mean, the dude is a freak, and a good dude. Not that I know him personally or anything, but all the interviews I've seen, it just seems like a really good guy. Somebody I'd hang out with him. I think we could be friends. Me and Chan. I can see this now. I have dreams, sometimes I have dreams that I'm on the Cardinals and I'm on like the practice squad, and I'm getting all pumped. And they're like, "Come on, Trav, come on, we're going to put you in the game, Trav. And then, like, right before I'm about to get in the game, I wake up. And I've had that dream in a few different variations of it before. And, oh, those are the best. Those are the best dreams when you're on the Cardinals. They really are. Because they're so real, you know, the dreams. The dreams are so real. Who else is balling out? Buda Baker is balling out. That guy's going to the Pro Bowl. Him and Chandler, they're going to the Pro Bowl. Patrick Peterson's finally playing right. Got his mind right. After he's done taking the drugs. He's playing great. Who else? So I guess, well, maybe that's it right now. There's only a few guys, but it's a young team. We're going to be top 10 in the draft. I think they might go wide receiver. I hope they go wide receiver. That's a tough one to say. Wide receiver. Hope they go wide receiver. And I guess they could also go offensive lineman. But man, we've had some busts of offensive linemen. That's always a tough one. And what they draft probably a right tackle. Because I think DJ Humphries, they're going to keep DJ around. You know they are. Well, I hope they are. He's played solid as the years gone on. And he wants to be a Cardinal. He said he wants to be a Cardinal. He's a team guy. He's a young guy, too. So I hope he stays around. You got Pugh next to him, who I don't think is going anywhere. Shipley's holding it down still. Another OG. He might be gone. They might try to move Mason Cole in. Who knows? Cole's been around for a few years, and I know they like him. But is he better than Shipley? I don't know. Sweezy might be gone. And right tackle, who knows? We went through like 4 of them this year, so. I believe the current guy is Justin Murray. Yeah, and he's not the best, but they've been getting it done. With Kenyon, yeah, that's the other guy, Kenyon Drake, fucking crushing it. Jesus Christ. That guy in Miami, he played for Miami. And the years he was in Miami, I think 2 years, he had like 200-yard rushing games. And in the 7 he's played for the Cardinals, he's had like 3 200-yard games. It's insane. They're averaging 5 yards per carry. And that is the most efficient rushing season in franchise history. That's insane in franchise history. Even in the BA times with David Johnson, who is a fucking question mark right now. We never got that. Ran for 253 in Seattle. That's insane. Insane. But that's what they need to do. This team has got to run the ball. Every team's got to run the ball, right? We got to run the ball, and we got to stop the run. But this team, if they're not running the ball, they're not doing anything. So, fucking sign Kenyon Drake. And David Johnson, I don't know what to do. I don't know what you do with him. He's not playing better than Kenyon. Kenyon. Is it Kenyon or Kenyon? I think it's Kenyon. But that dude runs hard. I think my favorite run by that guy was it was the end of the game, 2 minutes left, maybe under 2 minutes. It was a 3rd and 1, and they needed to keep the drive alive, or they would have had to kick the ball back to Seattle, or maybe they would have gone for it on 4th and 1. But it was 3rd and 1. And he just ran for 1 yard, but he was like hit by 5 guys immediately. And you're like, oh, he's stuffed. They stuffed him. And that dude just kept powering, and then got the first down. Like that run right there, I think tells it all about that dude. And I don't know, David used to be that guy. I don't know what happened to him. Does he want to play football? The game of football? Do you even want to play football, David? Just tell us. What do you want to do? You want to play football? Or you want to go home with your wife and your 2 kids? I don't know. Who knows? We'll see soon enough, though. We will see. And it's sad that the football... Fuck, it's already over. You wait all year for the thing. And then you have a year like we did where we've only won 5 games, and then it's over. And then you gotta wait. I mean, shit's gonna start happening, I guess. In free agency, that's always exciting. And then the draft, which is exciting. And then after the draft, you have the rookie mini camps and the blah blah blahs, and the OTAs, and then the training camp. And then you have to wait until fucking August or September to watch a game again. It's rough, man. It's not like baseball. It's not like being a baseball fan, and I like baseball, but it's not like being a baseball fan where you can just... Fuck, man. I feel like half the year is baseball, basketball, and hockey. Those guys, I don't know how they play hockey that many games. That is insane. Like, I think those dudes maybe are probably tougher than the football players because they are switching out, right? Like they switch out. Switch! Ducks fly together, baby. Ducks fly together. But it's not like those sports where, you have so many games. You only have 16 games. And when you don't have a good season, it's rough, man. And we've had 2 in a row. Next year's our year. Been saying that since 88. Oh, fuck. The Cardinals. Oh, I know. But I was going to tell you, my friends. I started writing a script treatment for a short film. I got this idea. I was on GarageBand, and I was messing with some sounds, and I was messing with some synthesizers, and I played a sound, and all of a sudden, I started getting these images in my head, and this little story started coming in my head, all from these sounds I was making. And so I had to stop with the sounds and just start writing out what I was seeing in my head. And I don't know if I have the ability to make the kind of movie that I wrote down and that I've been kind of working on. It might be a little, I might be reaching a little here, but I'm gonna try it because it's I think it's a pretty fucking cool thing. And I don't want to tell anything about it yet, but it will be, I think it will be probably 20 minutes long, which is short, obviously, but to me, that might as well be a fucking feature. And I think the more I keep doing these videos and the better I'm getting, the better I get at filming and editing and acting and all the things and the lighting, the more I learn. I think maybe by the time the movie is ready to be filmed, I might have a better grasp on all that stuff. And it is a lot, and it's a lot to do on your own. It's almost like if I just had one more person even to film or to act, and I'll do the filming. You have to get creative, I guess, with the shots. You do. I have a tripod, and the camera sits on the tripod. So maybe one day that'll happen. But I'm not really worried about that. I'm having fun. I'm doing my thing. And I wrote down in my little notebook here. And I bought my little notebook here back in 2 months ago. about my little notebook, and I wrote myself a little note here. I'll read it to you. I'm reading it to y'all now. It says, hold on, let me find it here. Let me find it. All right, I wrote this on 11/15 of 2019. I said, I will commit to doing my thing. I will commit to doing my thing. And that's what I've been doing. It's been over a month now. And it's not a long time, but it's a start. It's all about making that start, baby. You heard it first from Travis Brown on the Travis Brown Podcast. Until we meet again, I hope you have a good weekend. Until we meet again, I hope you meet a new friend on the sidewalk. Maybe she's wearing a red dress. Maybe he has a nice suit. And you'll fall in love. And you'll fall apart. And you'll forget that you